An 8,278 crore investment from the Qatar Investment Authority has valued Reliance Retail Ventures at a whopping $100 billion. This valuation is in fact doubled in just 3 years. So towards the end of 2020, when Reliance Retail had raised over 47,000 crore rupees across 8 investors, it was valued at about 4.21 lakh crores or $50 billion. And this doubling of valuation in fact comes as no surprise if you just look at the sheer growth and expansion of the company in just the past 2-3 years, especially under the leadership of Isha Ambani. Now, as things stand, the company has over 18,000 stores and this spans across the country. The company's revenues in FY23 grew 30% and over 26% in the previous fiscal, and in just 3 years, it has added over 5,000 stores, over 30 million square feet of retail area, and this is across 20 new formats at least. But first, let's look at what this behemoth of a business even comprises. Now, Reliance Retail Ventures, as we know it, it has the core retail business, and then you have Reliance Brands, under which it licenses and sells luxury brands, and then the newly launched FMCG business under Reliance Consumer Products. Now, under these businesses, Reliance Retail covers consumption baskets that are across fashion and lifestyle. You have consumer electronics, FMCG, grocery, and pharma. Now, further under these are different formats where you have departmental stores or retail type stores, for example. This includes the new formats also that it is launching. Then there's the ethnic wear format, its supermarket formats, grocery through JioMart, luxury brands under Reliance Brands, and then its e-commerce presence through AJIO. Now, most of these formats were added, in just the last 2 to 3 years. For instance, JioMart was announced in FY23, and then a standalone ethnic wear stores were announced, gourmet grocery, Fresh Pick, a convenience format under 7-Eleven among others in FY22, and most recently we saw some very big forays coming in, like beauty into foray through Tira, into food through Pret-a-Manger, and B2B wholesale through the acquisition of Metro. Now, this year, the company also saw the takeover of nearly 950 stores of the Future Group, which it then converted into new formats, as you can see here, where Big Bazaar, for instance, became a Smart Bazaar and so on. However, the FMCG business it announced exactly a year ago was one of the biggest announcements to come under Reliance Consumer Brands. Now, since then, the company has acquired a whole host of regional brands like Campa Cola, Socio, etc. It also launched its own brand, which is called Independence, and this also spans across categories. It also converted a whole host of its private labels into consumer brands. And this entire expansion, if you remember, has been a mix of both, not just launching its own brands and formats, it also did a whole spate of investments and acquisitions. If you look at the exhaustive list here, you have about 14 that were done in the last fiscal alone, some notable names like Metro Cash and Carry and a whole host of luxury brands also. And then in FY22, you had Just Dial, you had an investment into Dunzo, you also had a whole host of other luxury brands like, say, Manish Malhotra, and then there was the e-pharmacy player NetMeds, among others, the year before that. So, there's that. This is India's largest retail player, and given its sheer spread, there is no close competition for the retail business in India, and the company continues to add new formats and categories both organically and inorganically, making it an attractive proposition for any investor. Now, all eyes are on the upcoming AGM that will sort of give us further commentary on the company looking to unlock more value possibly, and also possibly a timeline for the IPO.